Yeah, just continuing here. Um, so this idea of um, do we do we all want to transcend ourselves? Do we all wonder what's beyond um, the cave and what's in the out, what's beyond us, right? So is that innate to us? Is that something that's part of our human nature, or is that something that we learn, right? Do we learn to extend ourselves beyond what we are? So this is, an important question, right? Nature or nurture, right? And Plato and Socrates, it's presented in a way that it is sort of natural, right? That of course uh, you will you will go forward, right? But what we have to keep in mind is that, and this goes back to the release scene, right? That the prisoner, uh, didn't really want to go, right? In fact, it says the prisoner has to be forced out, um, and sort of pushed and dragged out, and even um, thrown out of the cave, right? That they don't do it willingly, right? So the question is, right? Um, if when we read the text closely, right? Um, is Plato actually saying that this is something that is innate to us? Of course, we'll get out of the cave. Or is he saying something else, right? That it's really, we have to be forced out of the cave. We have to be forced into the unknown. We have to be forced, to enlighten ourselves, right? That it doesn't come naturally to us, right? So that's one of the things that a lot of people overlook in this parable, right? Um, the because it's sort of like, it allows you to play sort of the hero, right? Oh, I'm going to be the one who's going to get out and do all this stuff and transcend things. But uh, you know you really want to look at how it's framed before that, right? And if you look at the scene three, which is crucial there, which is not an escape scene, but really a forced release scene, uh, enforced freedom, if you will, right? It really brings up the question of enlightenment and of freedom. Is it something that's really programmed into us, which is part of our human nature, or is it something, again, that we have to learn and that we have to, learning, and if you think about learning as education, sort of this requirement, is it something that needs to be drilled into us, right? So this goes against, a lot of our sort of common conceptions, right? Which really naturalize the idea of enlightenment and freedom and getting out of the cave in general.